And if I get into trouble, like I do most times, my lawyer is there right on my table, so nothing can touch me. Jump on here talking about having a debate with me about Jesus. Who is Jesus anyway? Who be that? May you have debacle in your life. Debate called debate me. Talking about soul winning, you want to have a debate with me on Jesus. You stay now awake at 1 a.m. to have a debate about Jesus. Jesus call. It can hear. They can hear it. I've told you before, I don't read the news. I am the news. I'm the one that people should read.
My son and my nephew's ugly experience at Pastor Tobi's office, 7 years ago. They narrated everything. They sat me down for 3 hours 4 years ago to tell me what they went through, how they were forced to bring half of their salary, how they were put in a mansion to tell them, to brainwash them that this money you are bringing is for God, how they were forced to go and bring their friends and everybody to the church, so to tell them to do the same. It was a very funny and ugly experience for them, that even my nephew up till today is still bitter about Pastor Tobi all the time. He said, that man, uncle, I not go agree. They had a very nasty experience. When my son was younger, because all these British boys, I don't want him to join all this knife cartel and all that. I brought him home at 16 for him to be a bit rugged. But we have to let him go back after some time. So his cousin, which is my nephew, took him to Pastor Tobi's church. And all the experience was ugly. My advice for Pastor Tobi is, UK doesn't tolerate that. Many pastors in Nigeria, if they are in UK, they will be in jail. My advice is move back to Nigeria and run.
I'm good. I'm very good. It's been a while that I have been here.
It's been a while. What have I missed?
Nothing much. We're still the same, still doing our work and still balling.
This is the time to spend money. When money is in the building, we do what? We spend money.
I'm wearing a Gucci slippers, Casablanca tracksuit, if you may say, a Patek watch. But this is just me working. It's supposed to be a black tie event tonight. It's really going to be black tie.
We're here to celebrate you tonight. Because as you say, each of every one of us were there. You impacted our lives in one way or the other.
It started as my birthday, so we call it 11/11. That's the day I was born. But now it's gone past that. Now it's like a mini festival. Let's just have fun as one family tonight. And if I get into trouble, like I do most times, my lawyer is there right on my table, so nothing can touch me. It's when I bring our friends from Africa and the United States and show them what we've done during the years, like this year, how many businesses we've helped, how many people we've sent to school. Everyone here is just family. All the musicians that came, they came because of honor, for pity. I cannot love those who don't love me. Jesus did that already. We then raise more money for charity for next year. But in the midst of that, we do our party as we do it. We have fun. It's like end of the year gala. Jesus turned water to wine. Tonight, we would have to turn wine to water because there's so much wine. And I'm commanding in God's name that the bars be open, please. We just want a place where we can all chill, listen to good music, good food. No VIPs, just everybody vibing.
And we're here to celebrate. It's been long. I did a concert in London, but it's looking like tonight is going to be in concert tonight. So.
You can't see him, UK immigration officer doesn't mean that discharge Pastor Tobi want to misuse some funds, and they are right. As a man of God, why you go club with top celebrities? Even if they don't want to flex with you, they're supposed to come with you for house, not be club. How many times you don't see the Oyedepo say they go club, go sit down, they flex with one artist? Even if you want to celebrate your birthday, say you want to carry worldly artists, all those things. Now your house, which example in the set for your members? Jesus Christ will be saying, Papa, now get the money, everything. How many times you see Jesus Christ wear Louis Vuitton shirt, or Prada shoe, or Prada slippers? Now, Jesus Christ, they bought, he buy. You know sir, Jesus Christ never ever want to go sit down for one fancy restaurant. Na steady fish and bread na dey command till he die. So wetin the pastor do? He really went too far. Jesus Christ no marry, Jesus Christ no born. Na steady on the low Jesus Christ dey. Pastors of nowadays, any small thing they don enter private jet. You don see Jesus Christ enter private jet before? It's all of peace out and blessing. I know say you go come back to Nigeria come open another branch for those gold based followers dem. You know understand? It's all love. Show the pastor really went too far. Even if you wan ball with celebrities there, you no supposed to go dey do all those things for inside club. Show
UK don deport am as im bail decision for deportation dey denied. So like this now, Pastor Tobi of Davido is coming back to Nigeria as UK don tell am say make im comot, say him na yahoo pastor, say they no understand how im take dey run im money wey make am gather all those money wey we dey see. Make I show na wetin happen before we go over to Pastor Idowu wey police don release. Just for the meantime, make una see this Davido pastor. So about this Davido pastor, Pastor Tobi Adegboyega of Spark Nation, na im name of im church. So like this now, UK court don deny im application to stay, even though say im dey face criminal charges over im church mismanagement of funds and finances. Yes, £1.87 million mismanagement of funds. E no fit account for it, and most of im members say the church be like court. Say if you come, they must make sure say you donate something money to the church. Either they tell you to go and borrow under benefit, or even donate your own blood to blood bank hospitals. In any way, they must make sure that money comes to them from you. So all these things, income talk say na political fight the wan scatter am. And let's not forget say he enter UK 2005 with visitors visa, and since then he don overstay, come use am go marry, come open church. So all these things they need am to come back to Nigeria and apply as a new immigrant, but na wetin im dey avoid. But yet UK talk say he must come back to Nigeria. So we are expecting to see Davido pastor in Nigeria after everything. Na because of this matter wey make am no come Davido wedding, because of say if im come back, im fit no get visa again to go. So I'm not happy though, because all of una go talk say I just dey laugh, I dey happy dey talk this story, but I'm not happy. Davido pastor Tobi Adegboyega of Spark Nation claimed being kicked out of UK would breach his human rights. A Nigerian pastor whose church was shut down over an alleged £1.87 million fraud has lost his fight against deportation, despite claiming it would breach his human rights. An immigration tribunal has ruled that Tobi Adegboyega, 44 years old, the cousin of John Boyega, the Star Wars actor, should be deported back to his native Nigeria after investigation, including by the Telegraph, exposed misuse of funds by his church. Mr. Adegboyega was head of Spark Nation, a controversial church shut down after failing to properly account for more than £1.87 million of outgoings and operating with lack of transparency. He claimed deportation would breach his rights under the European Convention of Human Rights to a family life, having married a British woman. He also said the attempt to remove him by the Home Office failed to take account of his community work with Spark. Describing a charismatic community leader of a large, well-organized church, his legal team claimed that he had intervened in the lives of many hundreds of young people, predominantly from the black communities in London, to lead them away from trouble. He claimed his work had been lauded by politicians including Boris Johnson and senior figures within Metropolitan Police. Although no testimony by them was submitted to the court, he said that without his personal presence in London, projects that he had masterminded would fall apart or reduce in size. However, the tribunal was told the Home Office contended all is not as it seems. Various manifestations of Mr. Adegboyega's church have been closed down, by either the Charity Commission or the High Court because of concerns over its finances and lack of transparency, according to the judgment. Okay. Former members of the church have alleged that it is a cult in which impoverished young people are encouraged to do anything they can to donate money, including taking out large loans, committing benefit fraud, and even selling their own blood. It is alleged that the church leadership lead lavish lifestyle, and there have, it is said, been instances of abuse. The case before us was that all this needs to be taken into account when evaluating whether Mr. Adeboyega is fact of real value to the United Kingdom. Mr. Adeboyega has lived in the UK unlawfully since overstaying on a visitor's visa that allowed him to enter Britain in 2005. In 2019, he applied for leave to remain under European right to a family life. His application was initially dismissed by a first-tier immigration tribunal before he appealed. In the tribunal, he maintained no one had ever faced criminal charges over his church finances, that many of the attacks on him and Spark Nation were politically motivated, and that claims it was a cult were unfounded. However, the tribunal was told the Charity Commission concluded there had been serious misconduct and/or mismanagement in the administration of the charity, which was sustained over a substantial period of time. The tribunal also found Mr. Adeboyega's evidence to be hyperbolic in many instances and has sought to grossly inflate his influence. We find it to be implausible that he has the time to undertake all of this work personally, it said. The tribunal concluded, "We are not satisfied that the good work that Spark Nation undertakes generally would collapse or even significantly suffer should the appellant be required to leave the UK. Weighing all of the foregoing in the balance, we conclude that the decision to refuse leave to remain was wholly proportionate. Mr. Adeboyega seeks to rely on family and private life relationships, all of which have been established while he was in UK unlawfully and which would survive his return to Nigeria. The interference would therefore be limited and lawful in all circumstances."
Thank you. I go by the name Black Mamba. Don't forget, I thank God for my subscribers, my phone, and my sub. If you like, if you comment, if you subscribe, I'll keep thanking God for you. I love you all.